Hi guys, today I thought we'd look at Redemption Song. It's a classic Bob Marley tune. It's a little bit different to your normal reggae songs. It hasn't got your classic basic reggae beat which we looked at. So we'll break down the rhythm. He plays it differently all the time. If you look at the acoustic version on YouTube, he's playing it completely different to the one on the Legend album, which is different to the one on the album. So you can play whichever rhythm you like. If you want to simplify it, make it more complicated. But I picked the rhythm which is somewhere in between the Legend album and the acoustic version which is online. So we'll have a look at that and we'll look at the intro and let's go through it. So the first thing we're going to look at is the intro. With Bob Marley, in both versions he changes that around a lot. It's a G major scale lick. So if you know your G major scale, you can kind of play whatever you want roughly in that style. We're going to look at the one from the Legend album, which is what I played in the intro. It's a 3 on the bass. You've got a G chord. You're going to start with a 3 on the bass string, then an open A, 2nd fret of the A, then back to the bass on the 3rd fret. Then he does these 2 little slides. Middle finger, 2nd fret of the A to the 3rd fret. Then the first finger is going to come to the 1st fret of the D, slide into the 2nd fret. Then you have an open D, then 2nd fret of the A. So first part together. Back to the bass. And it's almost identical to the first lick we played. It's going to be 3 on the bass, open A, 2nd fret of the A, but then you come up to the open D. Then you're going to come, final bit, 2nd fret of the A, 3rd fret of the A, 2nd fret of the A, open A, G, 3rd fret of the B, 3rd fret of the bass, sorry. So all together. Second time around, this is all the same. Here you can do a hammer on instead of a slide, just an open to the 2nd fret, then the same from there, same again, but this time don't go to the 2nd fret, straight to the 3rd fret, 3, 2, 0, 3, then you're into the rhythm. So all the way through. So for the rhythm part, the first thing we'll talk about is the chords. For the verse, you're going to have, for the first verse, the 2 verses are slightly different on the chords. Verse 1, you're going to have G, bar of G, bar of E minor, half a bar of C, half a bar of C over B, which is your middle finger from the C goes up to the 2nd fret of the A. So it's 2, 0, 0, 1, 0. Sounds a bit weird on its own. So half a bar of C, half a bar of C over B, then a full bar of A minor. So that's G, E minor, half bar of C, half bar of C over B, A minor. Verse 1 he does that 3 times. Then he comes to G, E minor, half a bar of C, half a bar of A minor 7, so just ring finger off. Then a full bar of D, or sometimes I've seen him play D7, which is 1st fret of the B, 2nd fret of the G, 2nd fret of the high E. When you're doing the second verse, the Emancipate Yourself from Mental Slavery verse, he plays the G, E minor, C, A minor, plays that, then he plays G, E minor, C, D, then he goes back to G, E minor, C, A minor, then it's back to G, E minor, C, D. So it's slightly different. Rather than being A, B, it goes A, B, A, B. So we're going to take that first line, that G, E minor, C, C over B, A minor, and look at the rhythms. You've got two different rhythms. The different rhythm is when you have these half bars. So for the G, full bar, you're going to go down, up, 1 and 2 is a mute, and, so up, 3 is nothing, and again, so up again, 4 is a mute, and then and is a push rhythm. So I'll play it nice and slowly, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's down, up, then a mute or a slap, whichever you prefer. So there you're just hitting all the strings or muting all the strings with the side of your palm. So down, up, mute, up, rest, up, slap or mute. And then for that final and, you're going to change to the next chord. It's what we call a push rhythm. So E minor. If you don't know your push rhythms there, you can check out my songs on Atlantic City by Bruce Springsteen or Learning to Fly. They explain it in a bit more detail. So once more on that G. Down, up, mute, up, rest, up, mute, change. And you're going to do the same rhythm E minor, so the two together. Sorry, I'll start that again. So you're still doing your push rhythm, you're going to come to C, and this is our second rhythm. So we're picking it up from the and of the bar before. So it's going to go and, 1 and, up, down, up, mute on the second beat. Up, down, up, mute. Change chord to the C over B. Up, down, mute. So it's up, down, mute, A minor, back to the first rhythm. Up, down, mute, up, rest, up, mute. It's all a bit weird on the timings, but once you get used to it, it all flows quite nicely. So we'll pick it up from the C. So we're coming in and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Once more. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So I'm going to play through that whole first line of verse 1. Then you would do a push rhythm back to G. Do the same thing again. Again. Last time round you go to G again, E minor again. Come to the C rhythm we did with C over B. Up, down, mute, but this time you're going to go to A minor 7, so ring finger off. Up, down, mute. Then D or D7, I'll play a D. And then you go back to the first rhythm, the main rhythm, so up, down, mute, up, rest, up, mute. So that full line. And then you're into the chorus. The chorus is another line of D, so you take up from that D we just played, play the same rhythm, then you come into a bar of G, keeping that full bar rhythm, so D, push rhythm to G, then you're going to do the walk down rhythm we did, so you're coming in on the and with the push rhythm on the C, then you're going to go to a D, so it's up, mute, up, down, mute, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and back to G. So it goes D, G, C and D share a bar, then back to G. C, D a bit again. Come into an E minor this time. Full bar. C, D again to G this time. Full bar G. Same again, C, D, G. You do the same again, but this G is actually the start of the verse. So you get C, up, down, mute, G, which is also the first bar of the verse, and then you're back into that. So I'll play through the chorus once and then head into the verse. Leading into the verse. And so on and so forth. The last bit to do is the instrumental bit, which is the same rhythm 4 times. It's a bar of E minor, push it into the C, up, down, up, then the D, up, down, up, push back to the E minor. He does that 4 times. So that rhythm bit can be a little bit tricky on Redemption Song. Just take your time with it, get used to it. You can always play a slightly simpler rhythm if you can't pick it up, but it's a really good one to get down if you can. And the intro sounds great, so if you can get that going, great. As always, comments and requests in the boxes below, and I'll see you guys next week.